Hi everybody. Well, you certainly don't want to look at me, but you certainly all want to look at this gentleman here. I am going to stop talking and let him talk, but before I do, I want to say this gentleman and I go way back, and we won't delve into that now, but you know, Carnival has this fabulous thing about promoting from within, and I'm going to let this gentleman tell you his story, and then I'm going to ask him one question that I know thousands of you want the answer to, and a lot of you have been asking me about. So without further ado, I'd like you to meet Mr. John Harshaw. And John, if you could tell us your current title for me.
My current title is Vice President of IT Infrastructure, Ships and Ports for Carnival Cruise Lines. And my modest beginnings started out on Carnival in 1993 as a IS purser. So I was a former crew member aboard, and my first ship was the apropos Jubilee.
That's right, you're coming full circle at the end of this year.
Coming full circle.
So we used to call them IS, which was Information Systems, and now they're IT officers.
That's correct.
And before I ask you the big question, congratulations, because we're all so proud of you. I know everybody from the very top to everyone on every ship as a crew member, and those especially of us who grew up with you are very proud of what you've done, what you've achieved, and where you are now. So now I've been really nice to you.
now the real John.
Now the real me comes out. If I was to list the top 10 questions that I've been asked over the last 6-8 months, and certainly before the pandemic, it was always in the top 10, and it is about the internet, because we live in a world where connectivity is as important for many, not all, but for many, as the vacation experience itself. And the question that people are asking regarding the internet is, where are we now? What's happening in the future? Starlink, Star Trek, Star Wars, all these kind of things. So we've got 3 minutes, Johnny. So if you could just tell us where we are now, what improvements have been happening, and where you see the future going.
Absolutely, and thanks for that question. And I think the proof is in the pudding. So anyone who has sailed on our product over the time, that even just this past year alone, I think you can see an incredible difference. And so where we are right now is a focus on improving connectivity and experience for our guests, for our crew, and for our office administration, for everything we do to bring you safe, memorable, vacations around the world. So we have invested a lot through our pause and into our back into full service on improving connectivity options. So you mentioned Starlink specifically. Starlink is one of the offerings that we have, and the reason I bring that up is what we want to do is be able to invest in technology regardless of where we are in the world, regions, itineraries, infrastructure. We want to abstract the hardware from the vacation experience. So we're investing a lot in infrastructure, software, tools. Right now we're doing this live, obviously, from Carnival Venezia, and the experience is incredible. So, depending where you are in the world, there are limitations of every infrastructure. Not to go into too much IT talk, but you hear about Starlink. It's a product that's known as LEO, which is low Earth orbit satellites, roughly 341 miles, 350 miles above the Earth's surface, which is the lowest satellites. And then we have a technology called MEO, or Middle Earth, and that's 4,000 to 5,000 miles above Earth. And then we have the traditional, what everyone comes to know as GEO, the legacy, which is 22,000 miles above Earth. And so the right blend of hardware, infra, software, monitoring tools I was showing you earlier today, as you remember, our ability to see where we are, and not only just the hardware, but the consumptions of bandwidth, right? The drivers. If you think in terms of traffic in any city, around the world, where we come from everywhere, whether it's Dallas, Texas, or New Orleans, or Atlanta, New York, California, and this one, New York. I mean, you know traffic better than anyone. Think of I-95 and think of a fast pass lane, and then the slow lanes, and then, the really, really slow lanes. And what we want to do is we want to make the best experience regardless of what lane you're in. And so to optimize the traffic, voice traffic, data, internet. We know social media, just as we're doing here, is a big part of the user experience. Want to post those experiences up to your social networks. I've been doing it during the whole cruise, so you can see what I put out there. Uplifting that data from the ship back up to the satellite and down to shore to share with your family is a big change. It used to be get on the internet and pull data down, and now it's about this immersive experience. I want to share what I'm doing. I want to monitor my home. I want to look at my video while I'm gone. I want to be able to maybe work from while we're on a cruise. I'm taking a cruise this summer. I'm going to be taking my family and have 3 cabins booked on the Carnival Pride and 12-day cruise. And I need to work while I'm on there. My kids need to do theirs. I have a kid in university. He needs to stay in touch. So I'm a consumer, just like everyone that we're providing the service to. And I have to be proud of what we're providing. It has to be good enough for everyone, regardless of your use. So I think you will see an incredible, more focused attention. You mentioned Starlink specifically. People want to know. We, right now in the Carnival fleet, have approximately 10 ships on Starlink. We delivered 2 ships this week, Carnival Pride and Carnival Venezia. And we're on track to finish our entire fleet for Carnival Cruise Lines roughly around the beginning of January. I'd like to say year end, but I need a little break as well, because
give you a break.
Jubilee's coming out, and that's going to be a big one for December 23rd in Galveston. So,
well, thank you. And I think the key message there is that we are definitely we've realized, or you've realized, the importance of connectivity, internet, and with Starlink and the other options that we have, that we are going to see, to put it simply and mildly, better internet for people.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
It's a pleasure to bring it to you.
It's an honor, Johnny. Thank you. Mr. John Harshaw.